West Ham click 6 games in? Why should 6 games in West Ham click? But it takes
you know why? Do you know why? Because D told you before you got your manager in, that he ain't good enough, and you was waxing lyrical about this guy. You was shouting off the odds about this guy, telling everybody that he's going to be much better than what he's actually performing. And actually, stupid me, I was backing him. I was backing this guy, thinking so. And D's been right, and D deserves his flowers. So
because D runs his mouth, our club has to click straight away.
No, it's not that. You just don't want to accept that D is right and you're wrong. That's it.
No, it doesn't. How can you say that?
Who's going to get sacked first then? Is it Glasner or Lopetegui? Who's getting sacked first?
Lopetegui. No, it's Lopetegui.
The only reason Lopetegui would get sacked first is my club.
Who do you think is going to get sacked first? Who do you think is going to get sacked first?
Between
me,
Lopetegui and Glasner.
Lopetegui.
Lopetegui.
100%.
Yeah,
okay, but
we can see the style of play.
Eddie ranks off Palace and D ranks off Spurs. I want to know Potts, right? The reason why, and confirm if I'm right, the reason why you think Lopetegui will get sacked first is because West Ham as a club have higher standards than Palace, right?
And you spent more.
No, it's not about that.
I think it's because
you spent 140
million. I've actually seen some good things. I've actually seen some good things from Glasner. I feel like back end of last season, I was actually quite impressed. For me, I haven't seen anything from Lopetegui other than nearly relegating Wolves and putting West Ham in the mud after spending 130 million. Do you know what I think it is?
What do you mean? You're not going to hate Wolves from relegation. Wait a minute. No, you're not going to just go in and say falsehoods, Potts. He rescued Wolves from relegation. What are you on about, mate?
Well, Gary O'Neill's come in there and actually done all right. Lopetegui's awful, man. Like this let's not do it.
Do you know what it is, right? Imagine if Glasner had the team that Lopetegui has, bro, at West Ham. Glasner would
but guess what? Lopetegui won the Europa League. Did Arteta win the Europa League?
You know what?
He didn't win the Europa League.
I've worked out what it is, by the way. Lawless is stuck. I'll tell you why Lawless is stuck. Because he was one of the biggest David Moyes outers that you'll ever hear in your life. So for the last 3-4 years, he has been crying for this guy to go. And now he's realized deep down, the grass ain't always greener. Actually, what we've done is we've actually got rid of the most successful Premier League West Ham manager there is. The one who finally got us a trophy in 43 years. The one who got us consistently playing European football for 4 years. And now we've got this guy who's dead out here. And I cannot, for the life of me, say that it's looking bad because I was a Moyes outer. That is what you are, sir.
Yeah,
so you massive.
Because you were quick to this Lopetegui guy when you first got him. You weren't happy about it. Now it's right. Rosie and
I don't know about Rosie. It's about giving him time. But I'm not gonna let that absolute nonsense from Potts stand. What in the hell is he talking about?
What was nonsense about it? Go on.
Let's not do revisionism and act like and listen, D, you're all excited, because I'm going to mention that result again.
You're the one that's under pressure right now. I'll be calm.
5-2. Look, smile because I remind you that Moyes lost to Palace 5-2, and Lee and Potts, you get excited because I remind you that he lost to Arsenal 6-0, and now Don, you get all excited and all giddy because I remind you that he lost to Chelsea 5-0. He lost to Fulham. I think it was 5-0.
Yeah, near the end of the season. And David Moyes was never backed the way that you've backed this.
He spent nearly 500 million quid.
Over how long?
Doesn't matter over how long. He's had
you spent 140 million in one summer for this guy.
Yeah, Moyes spent nearly 200 million in one summer.
And so what are we doing? And there's a lot of times where a lot of the players that he wanted, you never got for him. And it was all those stupid owners that you've got, that was putting all these players in front of him and basically
Moyes was the manager. He was in charge of transfers. He had to say Lopetegui is a head coach. Yeah, let's have that right.
What Potts has said is just perfect. That's why he wants
it
to work out. These real David Moyes fans, the fans that appreciated David Moyes for what he's done, there's a divide. There's a divide at West Ham. Those who are deluding themselves, and there's a few in this chat as well, are deluding themselves over Lopetegui and wanted to work out David Moyes, because of what they said about David Moyes. they're just all on the defensive.
Do you know what's funny, right? Do you know what's funny?
If Lopetegui turns out to be shit, yeah, if he's a flop and he's Lopetegui and all this, yeah, that all that means is we chose the wrong Moyes replacement. It doesn't mean we were wrong.
Lawless, you know what's funny, right? Last week, I saw, before the Chelsea game, I saw your stupid sporting director out talking to the press conference. I said, what the hell is going? I'm there watching my lovely BT Sports, and I'm like, because normally, I like to watch BT Sports because every single time Arsenal play, I see my illustrious host on there. So I like to watch a bit of BT Sports. I like to see a bit of Dan Potts on there. You get what I mean? And all of a sudden, I'm seeing West Ham own it. So West Ham sporting directors. I said, hold on. Have any of you ever seen any of your sporting directors out before a game? I've never seen it.
You know what? It's a German thing. They do it in Germany. You know, German thing, my friend.
You know, after they beat us, hold on.
It's a German thing, mate. We're in bloody England.
I've never seen a sporting director come on the pitch and celebrate with the fans.
Yeah, because you ain't watched German football, D.
What is
it's a thing.
We are in England.
Germany.
Why is it?
We're in England.
Wait, are you doing that? Are you saying, you come to our country, you follow our culture, you follow our ways? Brexit League.
No, it's
Brexit League. Okay.
No, it's just not how we do it. Hold on.
We don't want other cultures over here. That's what you're saying.
How did you just drop your phone as well? How did you just drop your phone? Malfunctions. You've always got some sort of malfunction.
The thing is, Lawless, I never compare Palace's football to Arsenal's football. When I talk about Arsenal, which I haven't.
You compare yourself to us. Why do you compare yourself to West Ham?
Because we are. You're not that far off Palace. That's a reality. That's a reality. You're only 2 points above us. Why would I not compare Palace to West Ham? Why would I not?
It's early in the season.
He's got a point, to be fair, Lawless. He has got a point.
No, it's not a problem. When I talk about Arsenal, I don't.
We're only 2 points behind Man United. We're only 2 points
exactly. Man United. How can you be 2 points behind Man United? Who are trash?
A West Ham on the same level as a club as Man United.
No,
because we're 2 points behind them now. No,
West Ham are closer to Palace than they are to Arsenal. That's how it is.
Facts.
Yeah,
facts.
That's how it is. But you're deluded. Well, I don't know what's there, but you being deluded, you keep talking in West Ham. You don't even talk about Arsenal and some of the stuff that you can talk about, for example, not winning the league and talk about how they compete against other big clubs. You directly compare West Ham to Arsenal. I never sit here and say Palace play this and this football better than Arsenal, or we're better than here. No, you are deluded enough to compare
comparison.
West Ham to Arsenal. That is your issue. When I talk about Arsenal, I talk about Arsenal in comparison to other big clubs. I never talk about Arsenal in comparison to Palace. But
they're not special, right? They're not. Sorry, they're not above criticism because they're Arsenal.
You're closer to Palace. It
doesn't matter.
Shall I say another thing as well? The title of this video says "The Cooking of D." My friend, you've been cooked more than me today. And I'll be honest, I'm actually so happy. We end up losing to Everton. But you know the reason for that, Lawless, is because you bring this on yourself.
You do.
No, because you are a relevant club. You're a minuscule club.
No, it's not. It's got to do. No, it's got to do with the fact that you, Lawless, you do. Lawless, I'll be honest. You chat. You know what you chat like? You chat like you're a Chelsea fan or an Arsenal fan, that you've got any right to be talking and trying to belittle other clubs and trying to belittle our players and trying to belittle results that we have. When, mate, you don't do nothing. And
I'm a football fan.
No. I won't. But you are. But there's got to be a little bit of humility when you talk about certain teams and certain players. There's got to be a way for you to come across where you know what, you know who you are as a club, and you can talk about other clubs. No problem with that. But what you do is you come across that you own the Premier League, like you've been winning, and you beat us, you beat big teams season in and season out. You spent all of this money at the start of the season. You was chapping away saying you're going for where? Top 6 or wherever it is. And now where are you? 2 points off of Crystal Palace, who for all intents and purposes have had a shocking season. You're not far from Man United, who you think are absolutely diabolical and actually probably have one of the worst, if not the worst manager in the league. And the only reason why they're above you is because literally they've just got a bit more better quality than you. And now you want to sit there and act like, cry mercy. No. You need to take the same stick that you give out. And that's what you don't like.
I will end it like this. it's a marathon, not a sprint. Let's see where we all are come end of season. That's all I'm going to say.
All right, cool. That's good that you changed your tune because half an hour to an hour ago, you was questioning me about Palace and acting like the season was over. So that's good that you realised that. But also, look, I'm not Arsenal's biggest fan. Like, I've got onto Arsenal quite a few times. But you can also be real about the situation. Like, you can be real about the situation. They are good. They are competing for the title. But the problem with you, you're never real about the situation. You just hit on them without putting any rationale behind your reasoning.
No, because okay, but this is what I'm saying. Everyone's gonna suck them off enough for everyone.
No, because they're good.
If we're gonna be critical, we have to look at positives and negatives. Yeah. So these lot are just gonna focus on the positives. So you need someone to look at the other side. Yeah. To keep them humble. To look at balance. Yeah. It's about balance. I provide balance. Yeah. When talking about Arsenal. Yeah. We can't just suck them off all the time. It is because
you dislike Arsenal like I do, yeah? We both dislike Arsenal. I can admit that.
Yes, but I'm saying if you lot are all going to be so positive on Arsenal, someone has to bring the balance, yeah, and talk about the negatives. So it is a balanced view.
Other side who's fighting for the league, comparison to a side who's trying to.
Oh, okay, there's no negatives. They're the perfect team.
No, they're not. No. Everyone talks about the negatives. We talk about the transfers. We talk about the lack of options. We talk about sometimes how they play out. But even in the City game, you're questioning Arsenal's approach, where they're 2-1 up, 10 man down against City, and they were this close. They were this close to getting a result. And you expected Arsenal to go and attack City with 10 men when they nearly got the job done. That's the thing.
Listen,
you're not reasonable.
Listen, people can go back.
I did not want Arsenal to win the league. And trust me, when Arsenal's in the mud, I'll be the first one here getting onto Arsenal. But you have to be reasonable. You have to be sensible. You just be deluded for the sake of being deluded. It doesn't help none of us because you just get onto Arsenal for the sake of, for what? Like, you have nothing to fight. They took your best player. Your best player is now competing for trophies. And that is the simple fact. It's unfortunate, but it's
and your best player? What are you talking about? Your best player? You know what? You have nothing. You have nothing to stand on. People, go see the clips. Yeah, go see the clips of me talking about the Man City game. He's misrepresenting me. Yeah, this guy, he supports a club that they're not even finished because they never was. Right. And we will see what happens. Yeah, we will see what happens. I'll bring the balance. It's not personal, Arsenal fans, but someone's got to look at the other side. Okay?
It's personal.
Whoa. It's not. Someone's just got to look at the other side.
Like I can admit that. But
devil's advocate.
You just talk about their set pieces. Oh, they're great at set pieces. So what?
What do you want me to talk about everything? I can't talk about everything.
I would love it. And you know, I would love it if that was Palace, and you would love it if that was West Ham.
You're Palace.
Yeah, you would love it as well. So what's that about set pieces? Like
they put themselves on a pedestal to a higher standard. So I'm calling that out.
There's some Arsenal fans that are deluded as well. That's why with me, when it comes to Arsenal in general, I don't want them to win the league. I can admit that. But then I'm also like, I think I am anyways. I can give them props when they're due as well. Like, you know, they're not. You don't say one good thing about Arsenal. They literally beat Leicester, and you're saying you started off with they were lucky. They had an extra of 4. Then you said
it's not like I could get a word in to say a good thing with Lee and Don going back and forward for 10 years. Can I?
Hold up. If teams teams should be able to at this point, and teams can't. Teams should be able to try to defend Arsenal set pieces. But the thing is, they're too good at it. You can't stop it. That's the thing. Right now, no one can stop it. It's not only this season. It was like this last season as well. That's how they scored a lot of their goals. So sometimes you have to give props where props is due. But Lawless, I have to also say thank you to you. Because honestly, after the Everton game, I was all miserable, etc. But somehow, the cooking session of me has given me more hope about Palace. So thank you to you for
we'll see, innit? We'll see what happens next week against Liverpool. Let's see how happy you are then.
You excite me. You excite me in terms of what Palace could do.
Let's see how excited you are after next week.
If Palace is terrible and West Ham has spent £130 million on top of keeping Kudus, Paqueta, Bowen, etc. We're only 2 points behind you.
Let's see next week how many points you're behind us. Let's see.
Do you know what needs to happen? You need Palace not to end up somehow beating Liverpool or drawing and you not beating Ipswich. Let me just tell you that, my friend, because if that happens, wow, it's going to be long for you, man. You need Palace to lose and you to beat Ipswich, man. Big time.
Let's watch then.